Well, if ISIS wasn't bad enough, right? The head of Al-Qaeda is now coming out with a video to get terrorists to join his group. He's trying to out-recruit them. The last thing we need are two terror groups getting stronger. General Richard Myers, acting chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff in 9/11, confirmed shortly thereafter. General, I mean, obviously Al-Qaeda is either worried, I don't know what they promised them, better benefits, more pay, I don't know what it is. But Al-Qaeda is clearly alarmed, should it be?
Well, I think these groups are all mutations of one another. So I think we should just be alarmed that there's still this continuing call for jihad, and that men and women want to join jihad and sacrifice their lives in a ruthless way for a cause that, in the end, isn't going to win anybody over.
But, General, why is Al-Qaeda worried about the ISIS enrollment? Is it just like all of a sudden, hey, these guys are stealing our thunder, we got to steal back, or what?
Well, I don't know. I think it's hard to know that. That Al-Qaeda has been the preeminent, if you will, terrorist organization for a long time in terms of the ruthlessness. We saw that on 9/11, of course,
right?
And subsequently,
who's more ruthless, though, General?
They're fighting for relevance. I'm sorry, what was that, Neil?
Who's more ruthless, do you think?
Well, I mean, Al-Qaeda has at least 3,000 victims that we all know of very well here in the United States, and many, many, many others. They've done a lot of beheadings. So I think they're both probably equally ruthless. If they could, either one of those groups, if they could get their hands on weapons of mass destruction, biological, nuclear, or whatever, they'd certainly use them. Either one of them would use them without any remorse at all.
General, do you get a sense that we're losing some valuable time here when the president outlined his plans in Wales to work in concert with European leaders, NATO leaders, and the left? Everything seemed to be expressed over the matter of weeks, and if not longer. Well, what is your sense of this?
I guess my sense is that what we're doing currently in Iraq and perhaps soon in Syria is appropriate. But there's a longer-term issue, and that is, how do you get people not want to join jihad? And that will take time to develop that strategy with our international friends and allies and partners. That's a much longer term sort of solution to this, but it can't just be the military keeps playing whack-a-mole with terrorists and thinking this is going to go away. It's not going to go away. This has been going on for decades now, and it'll continue unless we have a more comprehensive strategy. So on the one hand, I think we're doing what we should be doing. On the other hand, I think it's going to take some time to develop the long-range strategy. I hope we lead in that. I hope we have the energy and the focus to lead in that.
Sir, as someone who was around at 9/11 and coming a little more than a week after Britain raised its terror threat level, we have not as yet. But we're approaching the 9/11 anniversary, and a lot of folks are getting kind of antsy. Should they be? Are we adequately preparing for God forbid?
Right. Well, so I think what we know is that these groups do relish some of these dates and would like to create some more havoc on a date that where they thought they were, quote, successful. 9/11 would certainly be one of those. So I think there is cause for increased concern. We are much better postured today than we were on 9/11 to detect that. And so I think our government will issue the appropriate cautions when they know there's something to be worried about.
You know, General, we always, and I don't want you to give away secrets you knew then or what you might even know now, but that they always talk about more chatter. We've heard indications of more chatter now many times on anniversary dates. That's something that just comes with the change in the calendar. But obviously they're talking about ISIS and the fact that because it's been able to recruit better than 1,000 in Britain, a number in the United States, that it's already here. It's already to do stuff now here. What do you think?
I think the fact that ISIS surprised the world, basically, in Iraq doesn't bode well for what we know about them now, that we're probably scrambling to get our intelligence together. But again, we're much better postured today than we were in 2001. So I would expect that we know a lot, maybe not everything. You know, it's one of these things where there's so many of them, and we're a free society, and so things can happen. But I think we're much better postured, and we just need to be cautious.
They have but to succeed once, right?
Exactly.
General Richard Myers, thank you very much, sir.
Thanks, Neil.